Go Readings YouTube, Doom here, and yes, it looks like it's Nerd Day number 2 here on Doomgate. So, the last video I made about the D&D Basic Rules, the new set, seemed to be fairly popular, and I did get some questions on it, so I decided to go ahead and make another video. Might make a couple more, actually. This one is going to be on differences between the downloadable rules, which I have here, and the starter set that you're going to get. So, and it basically as to what is your best buy. Obviously, since these are free, it's pretty much a given that this is your best buy. And even if you do buy the starter set, you can go ahead and buy these anyway. You can go ahead and download these anyways. So, but I guess the question is, if you're looking at buying the starter set, you may be wondering, should I go ahead and do it? Is it worth the money? Now, I should tell you that I paid, I bought this at a game store when it came out, the day it came out, and I paid 20 bucks for it. That's the retail, going retail price. There's the box. Some of the big box stores, when they get it on the 15th, and some of the big internet retailers are dropping it down significantly. I think Walmart is going to have it at like $11.97. Amazon is probably going to have it even lower. And consequently, if you are interested in buying the starter set, you can get it at our Amazon store right below at a significantly quick once over of what you're going to get. Now, obviously, if you get the starter set, you get, this is just the starter rulebook, and it is fairly short. It is, let me see here, it is 32 pages. It's presented nicely. The spells will get you up to, they're up to 3rd level spells. It'll get you up to 5th level in adventuring. Same for just about all the other abilities. And it's going to give you the basic classes, meaning fighter, cleric, wizard, and rogue. Okay, so that's all you get. It also comes with pre-gens, which basically, again, gives you fighter, mage, rogue, cleric, and it gives you another fighter, which is going to be a ranged fighter. You've got one close-up fighter, one ranged fighter. Same is going to go for the basic rules. They're going to give you the same basic classes that you would expect from any other basic rules. If you're looking for something like ranger, paladin, illusionist, what have you, you're probably going to have to wait for the player's handbook, which is supposed to come out next month. All right. You can make close to a ranger. You can make a ranged fighter class, or you can make a ranged rogue class. To tell the truth, I'm not really sure what they're going to have ranger be, because in the history of D&Dism, a ranger seems to have gone from a fighter class to almost a rogue class in these last few years. So I don't know what it's going to end up being in D&D Next or D&D 5th, whatever they're calling it. So anyhow, those are the classes. You also get in the box set, you get the pre-made characters, and you get the adventure, and you get dice. So it has everything you need to play. The big thing really is the adventure. Okay, and it is 64 pages. It is a rather large adventure, I have to say, and it's got quite a few monsters in the back too. So, if you're looking for that, and obviously right now there's not a lot of monsters out, and even with the player's handbook coming out next month, they're not going to have a lot of monsters in that. So right now, if you want to DM, I would highly suggest getting this starter set. You're going to need it. You're going to need it for the adventure's nice to have, plus you've got the monsters in it that you can use. And I can tell you, I'm going to play through with my test group. I'm going to play through this adventure, but I've already written my own beginning to it anyhow, as I often do. And I've used some of the monsters from this anyways, and reordered them and messed around a little bit with them anyhow. So, so again, if you're a DM, I would highly suggest getting that. Dice are not hard to find for a role player. You can get them anywhere. So, getting a set of dice really is the next part we should get into is probably exactly how the game plays, the rule part of it. Now, it does get into, in the basic set, gets into combat, adventuring, spell casting, and then conditions. I thought for a minute that the basic rules weren't going to include that. I thought maybe these were just going to be character creation, but in fact, I was wrong. Chapter 9 and following chapters get into combat. It goes through resting, regaining hit points, all of that stuff. Goes through it right into here. Ability checks, pretty much everything is right in these downloadable rules. So, and I have to really give props to the company for doing that. I think it's a really nice move for them to do that. Basically what they're doing is they're saying, here's the basic rules, here's everything you need to play. All you need to do is find a place that's playing and play, and that's it. And I think that's a great option for people. It's really nice for them to do. Now, are they giving you any of the in-depth stuff? Are they giving you rangers, paladins, all the specialty stuff? Are they giving you multi-classing, all of that stuff? No, they're not. You're going to have to pay for that, but that's not a big deal. You want to get that deep into it, you can do that. If not, you can just use the downloaded rules, or you can borrow the player's handbook from a friend and use that. But you've got pretty much everything you need in here. You know, the other thing is the races. You've got all the basic races in here that a fantasy campaign would have. Humans, elves, dwarves, and halflings, actually, or hobbits, whatever you want to call them. The player's handbook will have all the other myriad of races. Half-orcs, I believe, are going to be in them. Gnomes, unfortunately, I cannot stand gnomes, are going to be in the player's handbook as well. And probably quite a few other races. They do allude to some of the other races in here. If you look under elf, it'll talk about the drow. If you look under dwarf, it'll talk about the Durgar. Anyhow, and on. I guess, I don't know, that's really about it. There's not really much more to say. If you just want, again, if you just want to play, just download these rules, make up a character, and find some people that are playing. If you're a dungeon master, you better get the box set. You're going to need that. You can't really play the game, or at least not that much of it, with just these. You probably could, if you could get your hands on some monster stats, or you could maybe just make up some characters and do it that way. But it's going to be kind of tough to do that. Really, if you're going to DM, you're going to need the box set. And if you're worried about the price, get it from our Amazon store, like I said, right below, or one of the other big box stores. You can and you can save a few dollars there. So, anyways, folks, that's about it for now. I am going to be testing the system out here pretty soon, so I'll let you guys know how it goes, and we might even have some video of it. So stay tuned for more, and you have been doomed. Later, folks. Bye.